Hey everyone, I'm Case Aiken, and man, evil versions of characters can be fun. I mean, they're not always my cup of tea, but when you've gotten used to one flavor of an archetype, it's sometimes fun to have the reverse. A little savory to counterbalance the sweet, just as long as it's in moderation. So on that note, let's go back to one of the truest Superman analog examples that I've been sitting on, the Plutonian from Mark Waid's Irredeemable, known as Tony to his friends, or Dan Hartigan to anyone who actually gleaned his secret identity. We're first introduced to the Plutonian as a villain. The series opens with him going rogue, and the rest of the heroes of the world in a panic. He's on a rampage, both assassinating specific people and causing massive collateral damage, including destroying his own city, a metropolis equivalent called Sky City, murdering millions of people within a half hour. After the initial point where he snaps, a color palette is established to shorthand whether we're in the past or present. Stories with the Plutonian in a red bodysuit with black trim and short hair is the present, during his rampage. Meanwhile, when he's shown in a white bodysuit with red trim and longer-ish hair, it's the past. You see, the book heavily relies on flashbacks, and through these flashbacks, we piece together what he was like before, and what pushed him over the edge. The Plutonian is shown to be as direct a parallel to Superman as more supreme, with a similar costume even, and his adventures were all takes on Silver Age type Superman stories. But superpowers can be a curse. The running theme of the series is that power corrupts even the best. Super hearing lets him pick up every time someone talks behind his back, and the various antics of his friends add stress. We see that for every life he saves, he understands that he failed to save 100 others. And over time, we're given to understand that this is a good person who eventually just snapped. We get scenes of classic Silver Age style pranks, like his coworkers almost revealing his identity to the world. And that both shows just how damn powerful he was. I mean, he beats a radio wave to a satellite, but also highlights the pressure he's under all the time. So we, as the audience, come to at least understand why he snapped, while also seeing the havoc he wreaked in the present. Make no mistake, the Plutonian becomes a monster, but one with motivations that we can understand. In the present, we see all the heroes pull out all of the stops to deal with him, crossing many lines and making clear that one of the great themes of the book is the corrupting nature of power. They make it very clear that fighting a Superman is a terrifying proposition, and fear pushes people to violate their moral codes. The story follows twists and turns over its 3-ish year run, with the balance of power shifting about, but the central theme is that power is dangerous. Meanwhile, in Irredeemable's sister book, Incorruptible, we get to see what it's like for the villains of the world, living in a world now where the greatest hero has become a villain the likes of which they could never have hoped to aspire to. These books revel in the referential nature to Superman. It relies on the audience understanding that archetypal character, and how this series is perverting those tropes. The Plutonian could have stood in for Hyperion, Mr. Majestic, Supreme, or Superman himself, but instead he lived in a world that pushed him over the edge. And now that world quakes in fear of him. And frankly, that makes sense. The Plutonian is extremely powerful. While there are some heroes that are able to go blow for blow with him like Survivor, ultimately, they don't begin to really compare to his true power. You see, the Plutonian is more of a concept than a person, and in this regard, this is how the series gets kind of meta. You see, the Plutonian was actually a probe to understand humanity by aliens, and the very nature of the character is someone who psionically manipulates reality around him to be super powerful. This is how his powers work. He's faster than light because he wills it to be. He can hear anything because he wants to hear anything. We are talking about a character who literally breaks the laws of physics for his powers to work. And for a character who can do anything, the question then becomes, what should he do? And unfortunately, when that situation is put in front of him, there are consequences. Having a secret identity hurts people. It feels like a lie. Not giving away amazing Superman-type Fortress of Solitude technology feels like you're denying the Earth. But then giving it to an unprepared world can cause massive collateral damage. And unfortunately, that's the thing that pushes him ultimately over the edge, because no matter what he tried to do, people got hurt. And this is a character who wanted to do the right thing. Design-wise, I love both looks. His heroic past look obviously echoes characters like Supreme or Mr. Majestic. The white bodysuit is a look I'm always a sucker for, and it has a very pure, clean aesthetic. The red look that he wears after he's snapped honestly reminds me of Miracle Man, even though the palette is swapped, making him actually kind of look more like young Miracle Man. The short hair and capeless design all add up to a very predatory kind of style. While there have been a lot of takes on evil versions of Superman, this is honestly one of the better, more nuanced versions. We are looking at a character who was legitimately trying to be a hero like Superman, and his failures are ones that we are given reasons to understand. And then beyond that, we get a truly epic tale of people trying to live in this world, of vast superpowers being perverted. And at the end, there is a little bit of hope as the energies of the Plutonian, after they finally destroy him, seep out into the multiverse and inspire a pair of boys trying to come up with a really cool project back in the 30s. But hey, next time I want to talk about a little bit more of a lighthearted take on the Superman type. But until then, stay super, man. Hey everyone, this is Case wanting to say thank you for watching this video and also apologizing that time has become complete mush to me at this point. Those of you who listen to these post-credit sections already know, but 2 months ago, my wife and I had a baby, and it's great. She's beautiful. I love her. But also, I am not currently on paternity leave, so everything seems to run together and I don't understand what days are anymore, and I'm just all very tired. They tell you, but man, it's real. But I do want to say thank you so much for watching these. I would highly recommend that people go and check out The Villain if they haven't. It is a video that I put up recently where I got to do sort of an image and audio assisted take on a monologue I wrote for my theater company years ago. That was really fun to put together. The vocal talents I got are incredible. I'm so happy to have Jeff Moonen, who's a great voice actor, read the part of effectively Lex Luthor. And then I had Katie DeMatteis doing the stage directions at the beginning. So it's a really cool one. I did a lot of work to put that one together. So check it out. And again, just thank you for watching this, and I will be back soon-ish. I hope next week, but we'll find out. And until next time, just have a great week.